If you're listening to this, you're in the right place. This is your Captain DK. I just wanted to put a little intro on this bad boy. This is episode number 40. Just happens to fall on a travel week. The whole crew is traveling this week. So I wanted to throw this out there, and we went back through for all of you people who have been here from the beginning and some of you newbies. Here's some clips from some earlier episodes that we thought you might enjoy. So sit back, relax, take this walk down memory lane with us. And again, thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to tell a friend. This would be a great episode to share because it's like looking at the highlight reel. So enjoy.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Well, I need to go. I need to go. I need you to say go.
Let's go! First night we're there, was Christmas Day, actually, Christmas night. So we run over to this local establishment called Alberto's, and we're ripping into some Italian, and there's nobody in there.
What?
So
Alberto's?
Yeah.
Italian?
Well, and I didn't look. I was so focused on getting in there. I didn't see the sign was a little smashed out, and place maybe a little dirty. You know, it was a pizzeria with some Italian food. Killer chicken marsala. Everything was top shelf. Service, everything. But it was like, yeah, you don't clean the tablecloths here? What are we doing? But whatever.
Oh. So, wow, they're devoting most of their energy to the cuisine.
Of course. Actually, yeah. Alberto was there on Christmas. What does that tell you? So we end up
tells me nothing I didn't know.
And we leave and we go to the next store to CVS, and I'm picking up some crap that I need. And I'm talking to the lady, and I go, "Hey, we just tore apart Alberto's," and she goes, "Oh Jesus, you ate there?" And you're immediately like, "Oh man, I'm new in town. I just ate dog shit, and I'm gonna get sick." But everybody.
Well, but you're at CVS, so she probably hooked you up with a real quality Imodium.
Yeah, I'm guessing she didn't get sick from Alberto. She got sick from something she mainlined earlier that day. It wasn't the chow.
Well, she's probably one of those locals taking a part of that new trend, and she still has her swimsuit shoved up her ass. And she got sick.
She totally like she's working at CVS on Christmas. Hello.
Yeah. Right.
Just waiting for NASA to call. I'll be here in case the shuttle needs a driver. Hey,
yeah.
So anyway, we do that, and then I don't know where I was going with that, but so this Monica, I keep talking to her, and her husband, she says, is a boat captain. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Whatever. Maybe he could squeeze us out on a boat, so I'm kind of waiting to plan my fishing trip, hoping I could snake a freebie. And I end up talking to her, and she goes, oh, we went out on whatever, and my kids were in town. It sounded great. She's a great lady. I never actually got to physically meet her, but she was a great lady. And so I'm like, so your husband captains a 62-foot Viking? I mean, that's a pretty serious boat. I said, did they charter that out or what? And she goes, no, it's all private. I said, oh, that's cool. She goes, they also have a 42 and a 20-something. I'm like, oh. She goes, but it's all private. He just drives the boat for the family. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's private for a family, not a corporation type thing.
No. And I said, oh, wow, that's solid. She goes, yeah, have you ever heard of Walgreens? I'm like, yeah, I'm familiar. She goes, yeah, it's the Walgreens family. I'm like, outstanding. Talk about a good get. I mean,
that's a pretty nice job.
Evidently, the old man Walgreen died, and that's who this guy was tight with. But he's been working for him for 16 years, managing boats.
Captaining a big boat down in West Palm Beach area.
Yeah, but they live in this gated community where like even the crossbars that come down, they light up like green for go.
Who? Monica and her husband, or the Walgreens?
No, the Walgreens.
Well, no, I ask because of my various times in Florida. I'm always very surprised. Like, there's a lot of gated communities, but they're not what we would consider here gated community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of neighborhoods that just have like fences and gates to get in, but they're $500,000 homes. It's odd to me, but
well, I digress. I'm talking. So here's another thing, and I don't want to spend the whole day on my freaking vacation, but It was awesome.
Wow.
And
Why? What else you got?
I got some nugs.
All right.
I went to see Hang yesterday
Oh, did you?
at her private Oasis. We'll get back
Was that your first? Okay, all
We'll get
right.
back.
Wrap up on the FLA.
So part of the reason why we went to Florida is because my third in command is thinking about going to college down there at what I assumed to be University of Tampa. But when I did my research for whether his application had been accepted or whatever, I called Southwest Florida University, and there's also Central Florida University, and being the dyslexic group we are, I'm like, hey, you're 18. Let's do this. So Monica, oh, that's an edit. So the boss goes.
You mean your travel help?
No. My
I know. I was trying to
good
just
cover.
swing it around.
Good cover. I like where your head's at. Anyway, so I go, hey, dude, you're the one who's going to college. Take some responsibility. And once we discovered that the boss had scheduled the tour at the wrong place, that we quickly canceled that. The night before, we scheduled one for the University of Tampa, which he says is where he applied. And we got to be there at 11. Well, Tampa's on the other side. That's west side for those of you who are geographically challenged. And so I go, okay, cool. How long is it? I don't know, 2:15, 2:20, 2 hours to get there. I said, all right, cool. Yeah. So we'll bolt at like 8. So I get up at my normal 6 and I'm screwing around doing whatever. And I go in there to wake the beast and finally get him up. And we're out of there by 8 because we had this package at the hotel where we got to eat the buffet for free every day. And it wasn't like continental. It was like, hey, I'll make you an omelet and whatever.
Hotel? I thought you were at a VRBO.
No. We ended up going to a hotel because we wanted to have people around in the pool and the marina.
No. You went there because you tried booking the VRBO 4 days before Christmas vacation.
I don't think we need to be splitting hairs here, do we? They didn't like the Tuesday to Tuesday trip. They're Saturday to Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And this just kind of worked out. But you're right. I did wait till the last minute.
I know.
Speaking of last minute, with my guy that. Telephone's ringing. So anyway, we get up, we hop in the hoopty at 8. We got to be there. Oh no, we hopped in the hoopty at 9. Had to be there by 11. Get in the car, throw it in the GPS. Wheels up. Oh, it's 3 hours and 10 minutes.
3 hours. Yeah.
So I look at it and I'm like, well, I could probably make up a half hour, because drivers wanted. Well, I didn't know that one of the main roads that cuts across Florida is 2 lanes. So anyway, we finally get there. We're an hour and 10 minutes late, and we see the tour, and I'm like, let's just hop out. Well, when you have an 18-year-old, you can't do anything. I'm trying to teach these kids that it's not always about what you know or who you know. It's how you handle a situation. So I'm like, let's just hop out. I'll get us in the group. I'm not worried about it. Like I could totally schmooze us in there. No. So we go park in some faculty parking area. And we show
because the 18-year-old wants to like go to the front desk. Get a name badge, register, explain why you're late.
Specified parking in the brochure, which we didn't bring. And so we park in the faculty parking. I'm like, if they want to tow it, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to drive around looking for this alleged deal. Well, we get to campus, and there's all these huge dudes walking around. And I'm like, what the hell? And it's all the Iowa Hawkeyes. I'm like, dude, something's going on. Do they have a football team here? Is there a stadium? I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Did you do any homework?
You applied here.
It turns out that, and then we go into this activity center area, and I'm like, I got to take a piss. So I go in there, and I'm like, nosing around, and he goes in, and then I go and I'm nosing around in the gym, and I'm like, dude, it's a sweet gym. He goes, a gym's a gym, isn't it? I'm like, oh, yeah, but it's a nice one. It's a nice gym. But as soon as we walk into this activity center, there's like 15 reporters with their cameras and their crap in front of this Hawkeye. Well, it turns out that the Outback Bowl at Raymond James Stadium was on New Year's, of course, and Iowa Hawkeyes were in it.
Of course. So
anyway, I finally figured that out. Long story short, we cut over to the admissions department, and I roll in, and I'm like, they had all these poster boards up that said, welcome Matthew Johnson from Michigan and David Smith from wherever. And I'm like, oh, you're not on here. And then I go, well, you signed up last night. They might have printed these yesterday. So,
2 months ago.
So we go into the admissions office, and I'm like, hey, we're here for the 11 o'clock tour. She goes, it's 12:15. I said, yeah, we're running late. She goes, well, what's the name of the student? I tell her, and she goes, I'm not finding you. And I'm like, no, we did. We signed up. Oh, she goes, oh, here, I see where you signed up, but did you apply? I said, oh, yeah, we applied. And Cole's standing there, and she goes, I'm not seeing your application. I'm like, oh, did we not apply?
You turn around and you go, you did apply, didn't you?
So anyway, this little pistol comes over, and she goes, let me dig into it. She goes, follow me back to my office. So we go back to her office. And
let me dig into it. We didn't apply.
Well, she goes, I have some other ways of searching. It turns out she's the head of admissions at the University of Tampa. And I'm like, all right, let's see where this goes. Now, granted, I'm in flip-flop shorts, a T-shirt that maybe had a day or two on it, and
so a Florida tux.
and my potential college student doesn't look much better. And we show up an hour and 10 minutes late, and we get in this lady's office, and we sit down, and she's digging around. She goes, well, I see where you started to apply, but you didn't hit send. And he just sinks in his chair. I'm like, oh, okay. So what you're saying is we got a couple things we got to do yet. And she's just going off. And this gal was a dream. Like she was playing me as fast as I was playing her. Like we were having a good time. We end up in her office for like an hour. But she puts Cole on the spot. And she goes, hey, man, you need to straighten up. You need to get your act together. Because you didn't even submit an application. I'm like, you show up an hour late for the deal. Yeah, all this kind of stuff. So anyway, she goes, well, let's finish the application. So he's in his phone. She goes, get off that thing. Get over here. So she sets him down at her desk.
Puts him at her con?
Yeah. It starts
Jesus.
Having him type and get his, a deal together. Well, he's dyslexic.
I think a lot of pornos start this way.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not even getting into that. I've got pictures, but
right.
Anyway, so I'm giving her hell and whatever. I'm like, I need some coffee. And so she goes, so she's standing over him, waiting for him to finish the application. And he's dyslexic and very nervous. So he's like mistyping, and she's just railing on him. Not mean, but very stern. And she's only all of 5'5", just a little whippersnapper. And so
I like it.
I'm like, I need some coffee. So she goes, all right, follow me. We'll go down and get some coffee. So I go down there and I get some coffee. And we're in there talking to the people, and they're like, so what are you guys still doing here? Because this is holiday, and you're like, head of admissions. You shouldn't be here. And she goes, well, we got a special down in the other room trying to get his application in. And I go, you can't say special. And she goes, and the student athlete who's at the desk asking the question goes, well, you don't know if he's special at this or special at that. You can't assume we're meaning special like special ed. We're just meaning he's special. And I'm like, oh, I like that. Nice touch. So anyway, we get back down there, and anyway, long story short, he gets the application in, and we're shooting the crap with her. And she's like, listen, you got to get your act together, because girls don't want guys without jobs. Girls don't want guys that don't have a lot of money. She starts flashing her ring around and stuff. She goes, da-da-da-da-da, and she's going on. And I'm just like, what world did I just walk into? This is like a mom who's like, a college.
Well, she's taking a moment out of her day to basically.
We smoked an hour in there. Like we were in there for an hour.
To help parent a complete stranger.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I got her info. I'm going to shoot her a memo. Make sure she tunes into the cast. Because,
give props to her. Good job, lady.
She deserves it. But we leave the campus, and he goes, I'm not going here. I'm like, because we're sitting there, and her name was Stacy. And I go, oh, so it's probably going to be an acceptance letter before we leave, huh? And she goes, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't wait. Sup, baby? We on. Rock and roll.
Oh, we on?
Yeah, rock and roll, man. It's Friday. Hey, I roll back to the office today. Listen to this. I roll back to the office today to get my stuff done, and I hear a little music, smell a little patchouli oil. So I look over to my right, and there's a dude sitting on the ground by the sculpture out front of my office, just hanging out.
Yeah.
and he had his music on at like not a personal level, like a
Yeah.
I want people to know I'm here. Little.
He had his music on at the I wear patchouli oil level.
I think somebody got too high and didn't know how to handle it. He.
Oh my God!
he
What
just
was the
sat
device?
there.
Like, how was he? Was it his phone? What was playing the music?
It actually had a pretty good sound to it, but I'm like, this. So
Was it a boom? Was it a boom box?
No. Maybe like a UE boom or something with some
Ooh.
a little bit of bass. It had bass. I'm not gonna lie. But then I go over to the bank
Wow,
and I'm like,
all right.
hey, you guys see this action? And like all the bigwigs from the city are meeting with the bank right now. And I'm like, nobody smelled that marijuana or patchouli oil in the air when they walked into the bank because it's right there. And then I'm thinking, I can't do anything.
Oh, they
about
did.
it. He'll know it's me. I'm not calling. No way.
not gonna do it.
So I just let him ride. Now he's gone. I don't know what happened to him. So,
Give me an age on this guy.
ooh, maybe 18 to 20.
Oh, okay. I was thinking older.
18 to 20.
I was thinking more vagrant, like, if he was an older guy not working at 9.
No, I think this is an
But-
experimental drug user who may have gotten overserved. He.
He's just letting it come. He was just coming down in front of the bank, admiring the sculpture.
You know what? I'll have to post a picture of where this cat was sitting. I tried to get a picture of it. I don't know if it was a he or she, so I'm going to go with it.
Ooh.
I tried to post a pic. I tried to get a picture, but I'm like, I can't get that close because they're going to know. Like.
Well, yeah, but they're in no shape to do anything about it.
That's true. Well, yeah, I can run. I played.
But there's privacy concerns though.
Oh, well, plus my service weapon was in the car. I can't be I can't
You were too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't be engaging in a potential situation without protecting myself. It could've
No,
gotten ugly.
you need one hand on the glove box button while engaging, right? That's your MO.
Wow, I might as well just holster up. I mean, really.
Right.
He's obviously looking for confrontation or it. Anyway, so that was
You should get one of the.
that was my
You should
day.
get one of those holsters that go on directly, like the small of your back on your pants, right there.
Oh yeah. Wow.
That's
Hey, I have one. The problem is that I've got some extra LBs, so we don't have any.
It's
we
a
ain't
hard
got no
reach.
room for the sidearm. She's a little taut. That's why all these private investigators and whatnot have to stay in shape because you got to be able to fit the gun in the belt.
well, that'd be embarrassing, right? If you got like into an altercation and you went down, and it was because you were too fat to reach your weapon.
or the weapon was in the holster and you couldn't get it out because it was so tight. Hold
I'm
on,
nervous.
Hold on. Let me hold on. And then all
You're
of a sudden,
you're doing that slow shuffle backwards.
this can't end well. Oops. Well, that's crazy. I could see that happening to me. That's
In
why
the heat of the moment.
that's why I did not confront the perp.
The burp.
I just walked away.
I was on the Holiday on Highway 7, right?
Yep.
Right by Vine Hill. And I've got the gas in, filling up, and I'm just sitting there waiting for it. And a person pulled up. It would be on the like the opposite side of the pump that I was on.
Okay.
Gets out, probably a mid 30-year-old female.
Okay.
Gets out of the car, realizes gas access is on the opposite side of the car
Okay.
than the pump. So gets back in the car and then proceeds to start the engine, drive forward.
Why didn't you video it?
And this is just, it just happened. And then she drove around
Hard right.
the left, the other side, and did the same fucking thing.
Oh man,
She
the
got
look
out
on her
of
face had to be tight.
She got out of the car, and it was, she didn't. Hey, I just couldn't believe that I share a road with her.
Those are the other drivers on the road. Did she ever figure it out? Or she just quit?
No, she got
Fuck it, I'll get
Figured
it
out.
somewhere else. These bumps are stupid.
The third attempt to get gas in her car was successful.
I think all gas stations are designed so your hose will reach across. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just weird. I don't know. People.
Oh, this is a great opportunity to apologize to our fan base for missing last week. The main man had a root canal.
You know what though? They aren't even gonna know. I mean, they don't even know. And
They do now.
The hell I went through on this root canal. So I'm planning. I had to get out of town for the weekend for some other crap, which we'll get into later. But I call my guy and I'm like, you know what? I'm not coming in to have you hokey pokey it. Let's go to the endodontist and get this thing done. I don't want any problems because I'm leaving town the next day. So I get in there and they check me in and I'm like, hey, you got to fill out all this paperwork. And I said, you know what? No, I don't. I'm here so often. Like my middle name should be Root Canal. So I hop in there and this gal.
Instead, your middle name is Cha-Ching.
Oh my gosh, $1,400. Actually, no,
the root canal?
$1,475 for the root canal. Thank God. Thank God it was through an existing. I have a bridge, so I don't need the cap or crown or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
So I get in there, and this gal, the dental hygienist, has some sinus problem.
Oh, what?
Yes.
The one working on you?
Yes. And then the dude comes in and he's all like talking quiet and he's all good. And I'm like, let's just get this done. Give me some drugs. And okay, so here's the question. Question number 1. Would you rather have light pain for an extended time or stronger pain for a short time? Because
give me some time frames.
So like I've been down this rodeo a few times, and he goes in to give me the Novocaine shot, and he goes in easy and then does a slow discharge of the syringe.
Yep.
So it's like in there for a while, and I'm like, let's go. But in the past, they come in, they just whoosh, and you feel pressure, because they're putting so much fluid in there at once.
Yeah.
But it's a short boom, boom, you're done. Where this was like, are you seriously still in there? Like, oh my gosh.
In that scenario, hands down, more pain in a quicker duration, because I do not like the needle in the gum pain. That is a
well, the first one sucks, but then after that, you're like
horrible.
I didn't even notice it. I didn't feel anything. But he so anyway, he does this slow deal, and my hygienist with the sinus infection, she's got the hands of an overweight pipe fitter. And she's grabbing in my freaking mouth like, burr, like a bull in a china shop. I'm just like, what are you doing? She's like got the tools, right? And he's like all slow and sensitive. And she comes in, and she throws that suction thing on. And it's like stuck to my tongue. It's stuck to my teeth. And I'm just like, is this your first day? Like, nice bedside manner. I think they were both new. It was the longest root canal ever. It took an hour and a half. I'm like,
was gas an option just to go out?
I can honestly say that I will take the Pepsi challenge with anybody for time in the chair. Like, I am a dentist's retirement plan. I know.
That's why I said ching ching.
But I have never ever been offered the gas. I've even asked, like, hey, maybe we try the gas, but they won't. They won't give it to me.
I'd pay extra just to drift off and come back.
Have you had
like
it?
Wisdom? When I had wisdom teeth, it was the put the mask on. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a long time ago, and the doctor goes, he mentioned some at that time, some like Pamela Anderson, some model. He goes, what do you picture yourself on a beach walking down? Let's just say, I think he did say Pamela Anderson. And I go, I'm not really a Pamela Anderson kind of guy, Doc. And he goes, oh, and he goes, oh, what kind of guy are you? Woke up, different room. It was absolutely insane.
Your butt was a little sore.
Well,
Did you go to that guy in Excelsior? Because when I had my
Yeah.
wisdom teeth done too.
oh no, not your guy in Excelsior. This was in Excelsior, but it wasn't your guy.
No. When I got my wisdom done, you go to that blue building where your kids probably
Yes.
go to get their
Yes.
braces.
Yes.
Yeah, I had the same guy, and he was actually. This was before the Me Too movement, and he was talking about the hygienist. He was like, "Hey,
Oh,
check whatever," and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Yeah," and then I was out.
gone. I
Same
know.
thing.
It's powerful drug.
It's good drugs, man. I know, and I've had times considered, hey, why don't you put me down? Like, I will gladly go under if I don't, because they got a lot of work to do. Which brings up my next segment with the unbelievably strange event of a root canal. But because they put that rubber thing on your face, you know that.
Yeah, the guard or whatever.
Yeah, and like, oh, it was just a bad experience. She's got like rubbing it all over my face, and there's like my drool on it, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got a little wide there." I'm like, "Yeah, you did," but the dude comes in and he goes, "You know what? We're gonna place a bite cushion in," and I'm like, "What's a bite cushion?" And it's like a little donut of hard rubber that they wedge in your mouth, so you don't have to hold it open. That's how wide they want it open. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm like, why is this the first time I've been exposed to the bite cushion?
Is the guy with the bite donut the heavy mouth breather?
No, the mouth donut was the dentist. The heavy mouth breather was the hygienist.
Oh, the hygienist. Okay. That leads me to.
You need more suction. It was just horrible. It was a bad experience, but man, it takes the pain away right now. Like,
I was at an event recently downtown, and we had to order a beverage, and
that means alcohol.
Yeah, beer, and it was at the bar at the, oddly enough, the convention center. It was at the boat show, right? So we were like, "Oh, let's grab a beer." And the guy it was pretty busy, so I had to stand and wait. And the guy next to us was eating, and he had his earbuds in, and he had his phone propped up, and he was watching whatever on his phone while he was eating, and he was working the show, like it was his lunch break or dinner break.
Oh, right on.
And Darren, this guy, and I'm right next to him. This guy, realistically, every 10 to 15 seconds, biggest sniff, like with his nose, like you've got to blow your nose.
He wasn't sampling soup.
No. It was sniff like your nose, like he did, like, and I mean like,
gross.
like at a level, like it was like he was snorting a line of cocaine every 10 seconds. And
maybe he was.
Oh God, it bothered me. It bothered me so much. The missus, I mean, she knew right away. She's like, "Oh God, you're gonna get fixated on this guy." And sure enough, and after I'd say about 2 minutes of no service, I couldn't handle him. I made us move to the opposite side of the room to order, like lose our line and lose our spot in line and everything.
Really?
It was that annoying.
I don't know if I got into this on one of the other casts or not, but I have the answer for that.
What?
The neighbor with the sniffly nose.
What is it?
I was checking into a hotel in Florida not long ago.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about this? And I had they double billed my credit card. So I went down there and I'm going back and forth with them, and I'm like, and I had 2 rooms, so they double billed me for 2 rooms. So my credit card wasn't accepting the 4th room, which, obviously it was overkill. And and I'm down there looking like a vacationer, just, fresh out of bed, looking like hell. But I want to get this taken care of, so I went down there, and I'm talking to the lady, and she's trying to be as polite as possible. She's like, "Well, sir, it's not going through, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "Well, whatever. I said, I'll have to call my company and come back, And she goes, "Oh, that'll be fine. We'll be here. And might I suggest a tissue?" I'm like, oh. So I go, What, I got something on my nose? And yes, I did. It was it was completely embarrassing. But then I went back later and I thanked her because I was like, way to be very polite about it. That's the high road right there.
That's a solid move because you got to help somebody out in that situation. I mean, you don't.
What are you in the bathroom? What's with the echo?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. No, she did the right thing and she handled it like a champ. So you could have easily gone to your neighbor and went, might I suggest a tissue? Or maybe I suggest you lay off the rails.
That is brilliant. I will do that next time.
I did it one time.
Suggest tissue?
I had a guy out to the crib in the winter, and we were outside doing something. I think he was picking his kid up. They were skating or something, and he had a hanger, and I like ran in the house and grabbed a tissue. I'm like, here, I'll grab one of these for you, and he was very thankful because it's very embarrassing at the moment, but if you handle it that way, it's better than, like when the wife notices something in her teeth after 4 hours.
Yeah.
And, immediately it's my fault.
In public.
So where if you get nipped, but, it's a double-edged sword. Because you're like, you got something in your teeth. Oh, Jesus, why didn't you say something earlier? And you're like, well, or she'll find it and she'll be like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, well, honestly, I didn't notice it,
Yeah, you got to pull the what? I didn't see that.
Your hair looks great today, honey. I don't know. Why don't you stop eating stuff with green leaves? So, there you go. There's an insider nugget. Just suggest a tissue. May I suggest a tissue?
See, this show not only is entertaining, it provides a service to the public.
It certainly does. That's all we do is give, baby.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, the DK Project Podcast at gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.